We were a pretty exciting band, and we had a really explosive fiddle player and flute player, and Kristin on fiddle, which kept the instrumentals pretty much on fire. And then we had an amazing djembe player who's kind of the first person to use djembe with Irish music, so we were kind of known for that. But he was really into kind of duff rhythms before duff was a thing, just getting people dancing. And as soon as he played, the whole place would jump up and down.
Welcome to Radio with 40 with me, your host Harley Breen. In today's episode, I get to sit down with Woodford royalty, the Barleyshakes Duo. Because, of course, the Barleyshakes is a bigger band. Today, it was just Kristin and Alan from the Barleyshakes, and I got to hear their history of how they even met. They fell in love. Then they continually created music and children. They created children and they created music. It's really lovely to hear their story. And they're just freshly off a tour with the Festival of Small Halls, and I also just quietly talked them into being involved with something that I'm doing. We don't even talk about it in the episode. It doesn't matter. It's just a little wink to something coming up. But what's coming up right now is our chat. Hope you enjoy it. Kristin, for you then, what was it about Irish folk? Which is, I'd probably add the word rock. That's my favourite genre of music. It's what I have on the most is things that sit within that, Irish folk rock. Yeah. What was it about that style of music? Because you're not born and bred in Ireland.
I'm not Irish, no. I'm a Brisbane girl. But I heard Martin Hayes playing his fiddle down at the National Folk Festival in Canberra in the early 90s. And I just went, wow, I want to learn how to do that. And then I found out that he was running a summer school. They have heaps of summer schools over in Ireland, and he's from Clare on the west coast, which has got a really big fiddle tradition. So I quit my job teaching because I've been doing that. I've been teaching 10 schools a week for 5 years.
Wow.
Instrumental music up in Far North Queensland, and I got a bit sick of that, so I threw in the towel, and someone gave me a magazine that had a big article about this summer school in Miltown Malbay, and Martin Hayes was teaching at it. So I just read it and went, right, I'm going to that, and had to sign a cheque and send that in the post.
A cheque. We should explain for the younger audience what that is.
They can Google that.
You used to be able to write money on paper and people would believe that you had that.
Yeah. From the other side of the world. So I just went to Ireland to go to that summer school and ended up staying there for quite a few months, travelling around and did the classes and learned how to play, because I could play the fiddle, but I didn't really know many Irish tunes.
Yeah, right.
I'd been roped into playing in a bush band when I moved up to Atherton to teach.
Okay.
There was a bunch of teachers there that were in a bush band, and they just said, you've got to join the band. And I was like, oh, no, I'm sick of playing the fiddle. I want a bit of a break. And they went, no, you don't understand. You're the only fiddle player in town. You have to join the band.
Yeah.
And they're all about 10 or 15 years older than me, and they were really lovely people. I said, all right, I'll go to one practice and see what it's like. And I went there, and they put this book on the table and said, can you read music? And I went, yeah. So I played all these tunes, and they said, you're in the band. And I was like, oh, okay.
You are the band.
And I had a great time. They were really lovely people, and I did that for 5 years.
They're still friends.
They're still friends,
That's great.
I still catch up with
I used to play the tea-chest bass.
Oh, yeah. That's a cool instrument you don't see very often.
You don't need to have much of a musical brain.
What's a teacher's bass?
Well, you have
do you not know?
You have to be able to play in time.
So a tea-chest, a
tea-chest bass.
Yeah.
I thought you said teacher's bass.
I played the teacher's bass, but that's a
did.
whole different podcast.
Okay, tea-chest bass.
Yes.
Yeah. The stick.
It's got a stick, usually like a garden stake, a piece of rope down the middle of the tea chest, a hole cut in the front of it, and
I love that.
Boom, boom,
They're
boom,
great, aren't
boom,
they?
boom.
Yeah.
That and a lagerphone. So that was my first experience with the lagerphone in the bush band.
Yeah, right.
One of the girls played the lagerphone. Fantastic. I had a great time.
Love it. So you were already deep into Irish folk music before you guys met, and was that part of the reason why it went so well? Because your partner's in music and your partner's in life, in crime,
yes.
and in baby making.
Yes, we've made a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Well, I went after my time in Ireland. I'd run out of money. I'd been travelling for about a year, and I ran out of money, and I got a job in London as a nanny, as a lot of Australians do. And then I got sick of that after about 6 months, and my sister was living in Prague, she'd come over and she said, come and visit me in Prague. And I'm like, where's that? She said, oh, just go to Victoria Street station and catch a bus. So I got on a bus and went to Prague to visit my sister. And I was 3 weeks there, and I met this Irish guy that she knew, and he was in a band playing Irish music. So there was 2 Czech guys, an English guy, an Irish guy.
Sounds like the start to a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit
Walk
of a
into a
joke.
pub.
Yeah. Then I walked in and played the fiddle, and they went, oh, do you want to join the band? And I was like, okay. So I joined the band and lived in Prague for a year, and they had gigs all around the country and out of the country, and it was a fantastic experience. But that's how I met Alan, because one of the Czech guys, Rene, had met Alan the year before. He was touring with a indie rock band with a
Called Illywhacker, funny enough.
strange Australian
Illywhacker.
name.
After the Peter Carey book, yeah. We liked the sound because we thought we were jack of all trades, you know, a master of none. He was a 3-piece band touring around with a sound engineer, and Prague we loved that, so we went back the following year, and Kristin was there, and that was that, really.
Yeah, right. And that was that. And this is it. So you were into indie rock in your
Very
young
much
years.
so, yeah. I was really into punk and also, sort of Irish.
We're talking 90s, mid-90s.
Late 80s, 90s, yeah. Like I was into obviously the Pogues were really influential if
Yeah.
you were living in Ireland. Yeah, because the music scene was kind of driven by London at that stage. Like Dublin was like the nesting area, and then if you were really serious, you'd go to London.
Yeah.
You know, and the Pogues were the epitome of that. They really kicked arse in London, and but they still, you know, were very much an Irish band in how they were influenced when they took the music somewhere differently. And there's lots of other bands kind of leaning that way, but they were a very interesting band to follow. Got to meet them a few times, which was good. And
Well, they have this wonderful bridging of between, you know, that folk,
and the punk.
add the rock and the
Yeah.
punk
Yeah.
all together, and then and also the history of folk music being the precursor to punk anyway, because it's the original protest
Yeah,
music.
it's all connected.
Yeah.
I love the way that Shane McGann's lyrics were so poetic. So it wasn't just throwing out this anger. Like it's really descriptive and beautiful images,
Yeah.
often describing harrowing circumstances. But he just put it together so beautifully. You know, that's what really attracted me to that band, as well as the music. Yeah,
It was amazing poetry,
Yeah,
incredible
It still is. Yeah,
storytelling
yeah,
within his songs.
fantastic
Yeah,
storyteller. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, but I was really driven by punk, grabbed by punk before that even, you know, and when Nevermind the Bollocks came out, I was going, what is this? This is amazing music. It was just like you weren't allowed to listen to it.
yeah.
So that meant you listened to it all
Well,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
That's all you listened to, really. And then out of that, you know, you discovered The Clash and UK Subs and Buzzcocks and all those other bands in that same genre. So I went down that hole for a while, but it was always, you know, every Sunday afternoon we'd be taken to my grandmother's house. She was a wonderful woman. She just brought the whole family together. I had 24 cousins and there was 9 in my mother's family. They all had kids, so we were like rabbits. And we'd go to mass and then back to, and all the rabbits would go back to my grandmother's house, and there'd be a sing-song. And there was a banjo, an uncle who played banjo and accordion, another uncle who yodeled, couldn't stop him yodeling.
That's so great.
Even if
Slim
you-
Dusty
you'd be
fan.
poking him in the ribs with a stick to try and stop him, but he couldn't.
Just spur him on.
Yodel me. But it was great, you know. So that was every Sunday. So like I had the punk going on as well, but from an earlier age before that, I had all this kind of folk music, Celtic music going on. So that even though I wasn't really into it, it was going in anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, and so then, but you're now playing much more traditional,
Yeah.
what you would call traditional folk music. Do you miss the punk days?
I know you can still throw that in.
All of those punk bands, all of the
It's
old
all
punk
there,
bands
you
are
know.
coming back now anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
They've spent all their royalties and they're
That's right.
back out on the road.
Now,
Yeah,
Alan has a knack of writing really beautiful songs. They might have a lovely melody, and then you listen to the words, and it's like, whoa, that's really full on.
Actually, that's
But it
suppose
doesn't sound like it.
a question I want to ask is like, what's more important to you? I guess is it the music and the experience for the audience, or the story and the messages in the words, or is it too hard to separate those
yeah,
I
things?
think we
don't-
love telling a story.
Yeah, but I do like the audience to have a good time because, you know, life's hard enough,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So I personally love giving the audience a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
You know, where they can just have a good time, you know. So And if you can do that within your own compositions, that's extra special, isn't it?
Yeah.
And if you can be, saying some pretty heavy things politically or socially
we do.
within it.
There's those sort of messages in
Yeah.
our songs.
Yeah, there's a lot of environmental songs,
Yeah.
commentary, definitely. But we don't like to get too heavy. We do play a lot of instrumentals, as you know, Harley, so they're great because there's no words in them, so people get their own interpretation. It means something different to everyone, basically.
Yeah, and they get a break from all the messages we're trying to say.
Well, it's important sometimes to, like, as you say, give people a breath. I see that in what I do. I in my private life, and if you sit still long enough, I'm very political. As a comedian, I'm probably less so, certainly overtly. I just want people to come, that's our job, isn't it? As entertainers, and I think I see us as a really vital part of a healthy functioning society, is that at the end of the day, after what it is ever you had to do to help this healthy functioning society, we'll then give you respite and entertain you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's sort of for me anyway, that's my primary focus of what I want to do.
Yeah. And comedy is such a strong delivers that so strongly, I think. So often we'll tell stories that have are humorous leading up to a song that
we
isn't
accidentally
necessarily
make people laugh.
So do I most days.
The first song I wrote in Australia is called Chillago Dive, because Kristin took me up to Chillago, which is, northwest of Cairns, a bit inland.
Middle
and
of
it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in a desert. And she said, there's this swimming pool out here. You have to come and check it out. And they mine marble up there, Chillago marble. And they dug it, this huge hole the size of like half a football field. And it fills up with rainwater. And the year before was crystal clear. But then Kristin took me there a few years later. And, it had gone a bit brown, but it didn't matter. We still jump in. Kind of greeny brown. But it turns out there's like millions of cane-toed tadpoles swimming around. And we were skinny dipping there all around
there's
like
no one around. We're
genitalia.
like, let's go for a skinny dip. Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I wrote a song about the environment after that. And I don't know.
Inspired by.
It did. Well, if you're not,
tadpoles.
that doesn't slap you in the face. Nothing will.
Yeah.
But it still was a beautiful experience being out there.
A very contrasting landscape here to your home country. And
Extremely.
you're the reason that he's in this country. You dragged him back.
I came here for a holiday. I was quite sneaky about it. I said I hadn't been back to Australia for 2.5 years.
I didn't know this.
Oh, well, I'll tell you now, Al. Came back, thought better visit the family, and happened to be at Christmas time. And then I thought, let's go to Woodford for a day. So that was our first time coming to Woodford
Yeah,
at
that was amazing,
the site here. And then we had such a nice time that when a few years later when I said, it's a bit cold here in Ireland and we've got this horrible damp house, what about we go back to the Sunshine Coast and live by the beach? And Alan said yes.
And you're the only Irishman ever that's wanted to come to
What's
the
funny,
Sunshine Coast.
he
There's
said-
a
he
lot
said,
of that
"What's the
country
point-
here.
What's the point of living in Australia unless you live by the beach?
Yeah.
Well, that's, I think, 93% of our population live just around the edge. We talk
Yeah.
about how big this country is. It's like there's nothing in the middle.
No. If you we've been to some of those smaller towns and there's really not many people living there.
No.
In Chillago, there was 2 owl lads outside the pub. They seemed like to never move. They were there the whole time. and that was it. It was the only people we saw, in the town.
They were at the show as well. Just 2 people.
The swimming pool.
I've done shows like. Do you enjoy shows like that though? In these sort of far flung places.
They're great.
Yeah.
Because often people haven't heard a lot of live music, or especially Irish folk music might be a bit new for them. And
The turnout's usually pretty good, those places. Like all
Percentage of town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for the
totally.
people, they're usually sold out, which is amazing. People come drive for an hour, 2 hours to come see you, and you go,
Yeah.
"Jeez, wow,
Yeah.
you're mad."
Well, they're doing the same just to go to the shops.
so they might as well have a good time. But we go to New Zealand a bit, and some of the best places we play in New Zealand are these tiny little remote towns that have a great turnout, and you meet really interesting people. And
It's amazing that
Yeah.
that little country is. It's right up there. I would say it's my favourite country in the world.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love it. We go
I
every
think New
year now.
Zealand is what the rest of the world thinks Australia is. They're actually the laid back, she'll be right. Kind of attitude in
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Zealand. Yeah.
They'd still have that. They love fixing everything.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
They'll break things just to fix them. Just keep in practice.
that's great. I'm a bit like that. Well, I've got nothing on. I might break something. And you guys have just come off a regional tour that the folk festival puts on.
Festival Small Halls.
The Festival Small Halls.
Our first one, it was the 50th tour they put together. Over 800 gigs in 12 years. It's amazing. isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
What a statistic. I love
Yeah.
statistics. Yeah.
And an amazing thing to do to take, as you say, you're going into places that may not have, even seen live music.
Yeah.
And then not seen a folk band before.
Yeah, and it's great. And because it's the Small Halls tour and they've been in some of these towns before, people just go. They don't really worry about what's on. They go, oh, Small Halls tour. I'll rock on up. And they just turn up. And
I think that's vitally important. I think that part of the issue that we're having in the arts, the live entertainment world at the moment, is this idea of individual fame.
yeah.
Which is again a symptom of individualism, and that's the problem. Actually, if we go back to what I said about this is our job, this is what we do at the end of the day, and so then if for the audience, if they just trust that the Small Halls tour, for instance,
They
and
do trust that.
if they trust that, then it doesn't actually matter. Not that the Barleyshakes don't matter, but
Yes.
it's like, no, well, we trust this.
yeah.
Then they just come and are given an experience.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
It was very evident, because a lot of the places we went to, they hadn't heard of us or Old Man Ludica from Canada, and
Yeah.
yet it was sold out. And there was a beautiful experience. One or two we had. One was where this guy who was like real rough and tough, and he's one of the MCs out in Chinchilla area, in a hall in the middle of nowhere. And after he heard our music, he was crying basically, because it touched his heart,
Yeah.
And he had got Irish heritage, and before that he was like,
Yeah, the amount.
Big
of,
head.
off.
Yeah, big head. Really
yeah,
big
huge
head.
head. But things like that where you just go, wow, he was, how he expressed it was really respectful, and he was thanking me for doing that, for making him feel that emotion.
Yeah.
As opposed to going, you made me cry, you bastard. It wasn't it? So he was quite eloquent about it. He'd totally become a different person almost, which was lovely.
Yeah, we met some beautiful people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this aside from the music, the socialising and being given the opportunity for a community that do live, an hour or 2 hours from each other,
Yeah.
to come into town and commune like that.
Yeah, and they all get together, and there was always beautiful suppers. Like there was usually
Yeah,
a sausage
bring a
sizzle.
plate.
Oh my
God
God, the
damn it.
cakes was amazing.
Too much cake.
And one hall, I think it was Emu Creek, they'd spent so much time decorating it because it was just a tin shed. They'd had a brand new roof put on it, which they were very excited about because it hadn't had a new roof since it was
Bet they
built
were.
in 1937.
And
So
you
they
heard
had-
all about that.
Oh, yes, we heard all about that. And then they decorated it. They'd made beautiful autumn leaves and stuck them all around. And the ladies had knitted beanies that were for
That's
sale
so
for
great.
$10 and little bags. That,
The
oh,
biggest fire at the back that
biggest
we had.
fire.
At the whole
Yeah, it
tour.
was
Yeah.
freezing.
was
No one told me it
gorgeous.
was going to be freezing.
was
Oh,
2
they didn't
degrees.
shut the shed because they're only supposed to sell 80 tickets, but they sold 125 tickets. So they had to leave the side of the shed open, and it was about 8 degrees.
Yeah, wow.
And I wore a dress going, oh, maybe I'll be warm enough, but I wasn't.
All of a sudden, your music gets a little bit faster,
Yeah,
and there's a real jig going on.
Jumping
Oh,
around,
yeah,
jumping
lots of
around like a
jigs.
20-year-old.
And it was just the two of you, because the Barleyshakes, there's over the years, I'd imagine,
Yeah, it's about 6 of us.
6 in total, but it was just the Barleyshakes Duo on the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, isn't it?
It's a bit easier to travel with just the two of us.
Sure. Yeah. You understand each other's schedule.
Yeah.
Well,
He does what he's told.
That's right. And we wouldn't have got a Small Halls tour if we weren't a duo, because they don't have many duos.
There
even on
wasn't
that
many
tour. Usually
seats
it's
in the
two
car.
solo artists.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because of the logistics. Because we're a couple, though, we can sleep in the same room.
Well, I do think of that logistics. For me, I've got to get me to the stage, and it's always funny when people go, "You got to be here at this time for a sound check," and I'm like, "Just turn the mic on."
Yeah,
Like
don't even have any
I don't need anything,
instruments.
nothing. Yeah, it's here and I'm out. And but then you look at bands, and a 6-piece, that's an ordeal getting that
Yeah, we
around.
usually just do that for festivals.
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If you got 15 minutes
Yeah.
and you got to get it right, you never get it right.
Then you got to split the payday.
That's what we don't. It's not us, but there's no way a sound engineer can get it
No.
right. So then you're trying to keep the show slick and schmicko, and you're like, "Can you turn my guitar down?" on the side to the monitor engineer.
Totally.
It's always a funny one, that one.
But it's nice too because we can do different music. We
Yes,
we do
we
a lot
do
of
different-
songs that
yeah.
Alan writes, and I've been writing tunes, so we get to do some of our own things,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Well, I suppose, and it's easier to organise just two
Yeah.
people, even in terms of the musical composition, than to try and go, okay, here's the new idea amongst 6.
Yeah, and then getting everyone together to rehearse because they all live all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a bit tricky.
Yeah. So 2 of the band members are now our children, Makara and Rory.
Well, that's easier.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Come
yeah,
on.
but
Tell
they
them
live
what
in
to do.
Brisbane and they're all in about 5 other bands.
Right,
so,
okay.
it can be challenging.
And then our flute player lives in Brisbane too, Belinda. She's got 2 young kids and she's a full-time teacher. And then Steve Cook is the mandolin player who was I think he's the only musician alive who's played every Woodford Folk Festival since it began. In
Every
Miami.
single one.
He's played every single one.
Wow.
I mean, he
Woodford
keeps
legend.
saying, I don't want to play next year. I'm getting too old. And we
He's like,
somehow
come on,
get a gig.
Steve.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
include
Yes,
him.
he does.
Just so he's still the only living member.
Well, and speaking of which, you guys are teachers as well. So you're not just touring. You're not just trying to organise the 6-piece. Manage. You guys are also educators. You've been doing that for years.
Yeah. Well, I've been teaching strings for
Oh,
a
were you
very
teaching
long
before
time.
you were even
yeah.
in a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've just given that up recently, teaching at school, so I can do the music full time, which is great. But yeah, we still teach once a month here at Woodford.
Yeah.
at
What an
the
amazing
weekend.
thing to do. Yeah.
It is great to do it. Yeah, it's growing
Yeah.
too, which is thank God. And we've stuck at it, and we've had some other people, had some other great friends who are filling in for us.
And was
so
this
it's been going
something-
every month?
And was this something you guys came up with? This was a pitch from you, or was pitched to you to fill this role?
This was kind of a collective. We were very good friends with Chloe Goodyear, who's been involved with the festival.
Wonderful.
We met her when she was an intern, and it's a great story. We were at Ugubi Festival, and herself and Bill and a few other people travelled up from Woodford to help out and just give advice because this festival was a new one starting off in Harvey Bay, and so it was the first year on, and we're start our gig and. Our poor bass player. We're plugged in obviously, and it's a little marquee, and we're playing, and the power goes, and it's at night, so it's all the whole power in the
Everything's
whole festival.
gone. No.
So it's pitch black.
We
right?
kept playing though.
So we're playing in the dark, right? And you could kind of see a bit. There was a bit of natural light.
Everyone's
but
got their
then
lighters out.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, Chloe Goodyear arrives back with 20 candles, passes them around, and it's a candlelight gig, and it was amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Which the bass player couldn't play because he's an electric bass. But so that's how we met Chloe.
Well,
Anyway,
he needed a tea chest.
He did.
You know,
If he
yeah.
had that,
Should've
he
got
would
you
have been
along.
right.
Raise off and find a box, drill a hole in it.
Actually, I remember doing a gig here. I was one of the performers,
yeah.
one of the
Volunteers.
Yeah, we were doing a gig and I was on stage and our son Rory was only about 2 and every time he'd see me on stage he'd just start bawling and got out of the babysitter's arm somehow and crawled up on the stage and just started clambering up me and I had an elastic waisted skirt which he pulled down and I just remember Chloe and all them just there going, oh my God.
Yeah. So anyway, we've had conversations with Chloe about lots of ideas because she's an ideas person and she's just an incredible lateral thinker. So we came up with the idea for music camp, which we've been running at the festival, which is we teach 5 different instruments every day, and at the end, all the students and all the tutors get together and have a concert, which is a lovely thing to do. And then we thought about doing it monthly, and so that's where Trad School comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trad school. Have you heard the term trad wife? I read it in there.
Trad wife.
Haven't you?
No.
Oh, it's
Tell
very
us.
controversial.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was just thinking trad school. You wouldn't want. Maybe you'll get the wrong people on the right idea. You know. Because the trad wife idea, it's very popular within some fairly extreme right wing political ideas of a traditional wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You know that era where it was better for women
Yes.
because they just stayed at home and
Yes, they
worked.
had a
You
lovely
know that.
time,
Yeah.
didn't they? Yes,
So-
yes.
But obviously, trad school is nothing to do with it. But it is
Traditional-
traditional school. It's
traditional
traditional
music
music.
school.
It was
Yeah.
called Traditional Music School, and that's a mouthful. So I went to TMS, and then it sounded like a monthly thing that might happen. So then we went. So the students were calling it Trad School.
Okay.
So if the students are calling it Trad School,
Sure.
we can call it Trad School.
Yeah.
And there's a movie out now called Trad.
Is it?
Yeah, about traditional Irish music. So
Okay.
that hopefully will beat the crap out of Trad wife.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah.
You can-
'cause
Yeah.
how dare they use
Fight the
trad.
term. Yeah, well-
let's fight the term.
It's
Yeah.
like that time. This is a weird thing to bring up, but where Kylie Jenner, I think her name is, tried to copyright the word Kylie, and then collectively all of Britain and Australia went, excuse me, that's Minogue is Kylie. And Kylie Minogue won.
good.
But more importantly, the other didn't win.
Yeah.
To say, you can't.
That's crazy.
You can't have Kylie.
Can't copyright a name.
Yeah,
No.
totally.
Like lots of people have.
Also, it's a Aboriginal word for boomerang.
I didn't know
it?
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Cool.
I live on Kylie Avenue, and it's shaped like a boomerang.
Oh.
There you go.
Things you learn.
Really deviated there. We were talking about the school. Do you enjoy the teaching? I'm sure I saw a workshop you guys run, quite a big one, more of maybe of a jam at the folk festival one year. You were in a tent. We were all together. Lots of fiddles, lots of guitars, and my teenager joined the back of it, and I think it was probably
That must have
his.
been one of the sessions down at the Prague.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 2 years ago, two festivals ago. Yeah, he thoroughly enjoyed it.
So
Oh,
they're
that's good to
they're
hear.
really
Yeah.
a big part of the festival, and Woodford's been great at supporting that more than any other festival, really, because they have sessions in all genres of folk music now, pretty much Italian, Irish, Scottish, bluegrass, mountain music, American mountain music, everything.
And a lot of the students that we have that come to trad school have been starting to go to those sessions because they've been coming regularly to trad school and learning the tunes, so they get the confidence to be able to go along to a session and join in, and I think that's been really good for people.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think even just looking at my son, who's not shy about being forward anyway, but that leap from being able to do it on your own in your room to actually doing it. It's not even in front of the audience; it's with other musicians. It's like,
so
I
it's
don't.
quite encouraging.
Yeah,
You're not on
And you
your
could
own.
sit down the back like he did.
Yes,
No
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah.
But you can.
We got there late. There was no space.
But you get taken by the wave,
Yeah.
You're all playing together. It's a really cool thing. It's a great tradition.
And we do have a little session after the trad school when
Every
that
month.
finishes.
Yeah.
We have that at the Coopers, and then there's the folk club after that. So it's a really nice.
This
way to
place has got
spend the
you
weekend.
really busy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was by design, I feel, for you guys. Because
Accidental design.
I'm doing a similar thing. I'm trying to find any way to get out here.
yeah.
I've even sat on the mower.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's good. That's some good
Don't
mindfulness.
tell Alan that. He'll be up here
Oh, that's
next
true. I'll be
week.
fighting
Never
him for the
I
job.
haven't had a go to ride on mower because in Ireland you can't afford them.
Right.
It's either
Just get a goat.
and well, it's a tractor or a lawnmower. There's no ride on mowers.
Yeah, right.
Maybe there is now, but not when I was growing up.
Yeah. And do you miss the mother country?
At times, of course, yeah.
Sure.
But
Do you get back often?
Yeah,
Usually
we were
every
back
3.
last year for a bit, which was nice.
every 3 or 4 years we go back usually.
Yeah.
And we do love Europe as well, like the continent. So we've got friends all over France and Spain and places like that. Switzerland, because we were famous in Switzerland for a while.
Were you?
10
A
minutes.
brief moment, yeah.
What happened?
We left
Tell
the
the
Came to
country.
story.
Australia.
No, what happened to make you famous in Switzerland?
Oh, well, in the 90s, the mid to late 90s, Irish music was popular everywhere. You'd go to any town and there'd be an Irish pub there. So they loved the music, so they were happy for people to come over to Ireland and play. So I don't know how that happened.
Was it an Irish pub like we do Irish pubs though? In the way that there's no pubs like our Irish pubs in actual Ireland. The same thing happens over there. The Aussie themed pubs. You're like, we don't have pubs like that. I don't know what you.
They were pretty good. There was actually a company, wasn't there, in Dublin
Yeah, a
that
friend
used
of
to
ours used to work as a carpenter. And
go around Europe
And build these
He built one in Siberia.
get the old signs. and
low
all the old-
doorways, stone, no lighting, mould.
Mold.
Sawdust on the floor.
Spray on mold. We didn't really play in pubs when we did Europe because you wouldn't make any money. It's because you're touring as a band. We were a 5-piece band turn, so we did festivals and concert halls, and cool hip venues that wouldn't have us now because we're too bleeding out. But yeah, mate. But
come on.
But we were a pretty exciting band, and we had a really explosive fiddle player and flute player and Kristin on fiddle, which kept the instrumentals pretty much on fire. And then we had an amazing djembe player who's kind of the first person to use djembe with Irish music, so we were kind of known for that. But he was really into kind of duff rhythms before duff was a thing. Just keep getting people dancing, and as soon as he played, the whole place would jump up and down. So
Because that's a weird mix, isn't it?
had
Jumbo
her on.
player
Yeah.
in an Irish folk.
And a baron player as well, and a guy that played
A what
spoons.
player?
Baron,
What's the baron?
the Irish
Irish
drum.
drum. So yeah.
Oh, this
On the
one.
side,
Yes,
yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
yes.
a lot of sub going on frequencies going on in Baron too, like a drum underwater, really. And then a
Should have
guy
brought it
playing
in.
bones and a guy playing spoons. And he used,
Oh, yeah,
used to
playing the
play
bones.
catering spoons. He was such a big man that he'd give himself bruises on his legs from playing the spoons. He was
Because
hilarious.
he's using big
It
ones.
was all really high energy, you know.
Oh, he
and
was
so that
hilarious.
went down well, and we kept getting invited back every year for a few years, and just got bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
and then
right.
we moved to Australia. And that
Yeah,
was
there you
that.
go. And you stuffed up your Switzerland career.
Started coming to Woodford instead. So
You made the right
we
choice.
did make the right choice.
There is a part of that too in that sort of Irish folk tradition of being in pubs, and everyone just all of a sudden just starts joining in. People do just go and grab a thing, and then is that am I misguided in that? But I feel
Well, how
like
can you grab a thing? Like, you either bring an instrument or you don't.
you know what I mean. But, well, where did the spoons come from? For me,
that's the
it's
thing,
like
yeah.
someone
Yeah.
didn't have an instrument. They're like, I'll get
Yeah.
these two spoons and just have a go,
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's really annoying though. If you're like trying to play properly
and they're not in
Someone-
time.
and they're not in time. Yeah, so the spoons have a bad name. I mean,
Yes.
unless they're played well, obviously. If they're played well,
Yeah.
you know, they actually play them a bit quieter. Our own son Rory, that was his first instrument in the band.
Was
was
the spoons.
When he was 7.
He's got a tattoo of a set of spoons on.
Does he?
on his, there.
He refuses to play them now.
Yeah, when he
That's
got,
funny. He's
When-
got the tattoo and he won't play them.
Yeah,
he
when
got
he
to-
turned when he turned about 10, he said, "That's it, not playing spoons anymore." So Alan said, "Right, you're learning the baron." Gave him the baron, and he teaches baron at
Oh, great.
the music camp we have at Woodford.
No,
so.
Because I really want to. I would love to be a musician. I played the trombone for
Oh,
6
yeah?
years.
oh right.
You sort of leave school and you leave that kind
Yeah,
of
so many
instrument.
people. It's a bit of pity that people leave those. Don't
Well,
the
yeah.
opportunity doesn't arise anymore. You know.
No, and there's not a lot of. I mean, there is. There's ska bands that have a lot of brass, but there was. There wasn't. I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. And
Yeah.
You've got to play something with
Oh, wow.
strings, and I've just never had the. I guess the focus, the wherewithal.
The stringy thingy.
Yeah, but would you recommend your classes for people coming in at zero? Do people come in at a zero, or do they come with some?
Some of the instruments you can, like the baron,
You come at zero.
Yeah, Rory got some pizza boxes to, for
Oh,
people
right.
who didn't have
Yeah,
barons,
yeah.
and some of the whistle students that Belinda's been teaching. Some of them, but with the fiddle classes that I've been teaching, it's it's
gotta
kind
have
of a
a bit.
tricky instrument. You have
Yes.
to kind of know how to play it so that we can all learn the tunes together, even if they're really simple. It's good. To
Well, it's
know
one of
how to
those
make it
instruments
sound.
that, in the learning process, it's excruciating.
To get past point
Can
A.
be.
Yeah,
It
it's
can
like
be.
the
difficult.
clarinet. You're like,
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
damn it.
For guitar, I do like to say just have a basic knowledge of your chords,
Sure.
which people can do that at home on their own.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult, really.
But
you
you
know,
have
just
a
say-
few
go-
beginners.
You learn G, C, D, and maybe A minor and
Already
E
lost
minor,
me.
and you're in. Already lost you.
But there is not a choir. There is
I should
singing.
really do a YouTube prep for music camp,
You
shouldn't I?
should.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
a
that
good
would.
idea.
Yeah.
It's for people, so they're not at ground level; they're a step up.
Yes.
Because I'll go there and go, all right, we're going to play G, D, G, C, G. Okay, let's do it. And if you
Yeah.
don't know those chords, then you can't do that. Because I can't teach people individually.
Because
It's
we only
difficult.
have
Of course, yeah.
just under an hour for each.
Oh,
class.
right,
Yeah,
okay,
and
Usually it's
right.
25, 30 people. or
There's a
something.
lot of people
Wow.
come to the guitar
Right,
workshops.
so you
It's
do have
quite
to have
pop-
some kind of prior
And
knowledge.
I have had people who totally began, and we do write chord shapes on a whiteboard, so they'll get something out of it.
Yeah.
They won't get too much. Lucky Makara helps me at those classes, so that they can get a little bit of one-on-one if they're struggling. So yeah,
But
yeah
I've
maybe
had
we could help you, Harley. We could make it.
Okay.
Yeah, you should come along.
Well, I'd definitely love to come and be a fly on the wall in it. It
I could
sounds
see you
amazing.
playing an electric guitar in about 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Screaming your head off.
Well, I mean, the tattoo I showed you before we started of the banjo on my
Yeah.
wrist is something I'd really love to learn how to play.
Okay.
That is a tribute to Billy Connolly as well. I
Oh,
have
Billy,
that,
of course.
on my wrist.
Do you
But
want to learn the 5-string banjo?
that's the one I have tattooed is the
Yeah.
5-string, but I hear that's a harder one to start off on.
Yeah, you
The-
could start on the tenor first, the 4-string
Yeah.
banjo to begin with.
Yeah, just
Might be
enough
good.
to hold a tune.
Yeah.
would be.
You
yeah,
just learn some
Yeah.
chords, yeah.
yeah.
And then maybe slow melody, yeah.
And then speaking of tune, I also had a note that you have a specific kind of tuning, and it's called a dad gag. And I keep, isn't that right?
Almost. Dad Gad, yeah.
Dad gag, because I keep wanting to say rad dad.
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what you are.
Correct. Dad gad.
Yeah.
Talk me through that.
Yeah, so I don't know who came up with it, but it's instead of your tuning being E, A, D, G, B, E, it's from the bass strings down, D-A-D-G-A-D. So it's called an open tuning. So a lot of the strings are sympathetic to each other, and if you want to play, say, a D, you just have to hold down one fret.
Oh, gotcha. Right.
And also it
It lends itself to Irish folk sounds.
it can, yeah, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
And
It does sound. It does a great sound for
Sounds
accompanying
lovely.
tunes. That's what I prefer.
Yeah, I got
for
asked by the
accompaniment.
instrumentalist. I was playing in a different standard tuning and drop D, which is just drop one string down. And then I got asked by Kristin and Alan, I think, Alan Doherty, to say, "Would you play in Dadga, will you, for God's sake?" So I learned to do that. And it's been great. Yeah, it is actually easier in some respects. It's a bit of cheating, but I'm not going to let you in the secrets of that. unless you come to one of my
Sounds
classes.
good.
It sounds good, sure. Yeah.
It does. It sounds more folky. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there certainly is that. You hear folk, you go, oh,
Yeah.
I certainly tune into it. There's that sound. What is it that unifies that sound across
A drone.
nations as well?
It's a drone.
Yeah.
So you got all these D. You got 3 D strings going on. So it's at the same time. So you're getting in the background while you're playing other chord shapes on top of that.
Yeah.
So the drone is very folky, I think.
Yeah. Gets into your body, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, there's something about, you spoke earlier about sometimes you're just instrumental. I think that's also, it creates the want to be a part of a story,
Yeah. I think jigs are like that. I've noticed when we're in Queensland. Queenslanders love jigs. You play a jig and they might be just sitting there and you play a jig and they're all like, oh, so they start bouncing around.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I just think that they love jigs because they're
yeah.
happy.
But isn't that important, like to have something, some kind of music that motivates your body
Yeah.
beyond a
Yeah.
conscious thought to go, oh, I better get up and move around,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
a beautiful
Yeah,
thing.
more of it.
Yeah.
I say more of you guys. Speaking of which, how do you think we're going as a nation in terms of our live entertainment scene? I know how I feel about it. I think we're on our knees.
Yeah, I think people don't want to pay for music anymore.
I don't know
They
if people can.
They expect to get it all for free, Spotify,
Yes.
they want everything for
Well, that's
free.
a problem, yeah.
Oh, I can't afford to go to a gig. It's a bit sad, really.
Mm.
There's a real push to try and get people out to gigs, especially in suburban areas, maybe.
Yeah.
People just go home and sit in front of the TV.
Yeah, and all sit in front of their own individual screens.
And that's
Yeah.
They're not even together. I because we've been trying as a family to be a screen-free family, whatever that means. Because you're never really truly screen-free anyway. And what was happening, because the kids could watch a little bit on an iPad, that was creeping in more and more, and then they've just got their screen close to their face. So I bit the bullet and finally bought a family television. We hadn't had one. And have it we've got quite a small house, but it's an open kitchen lounge. And the TV's on the wall, and they sit on the couch, and we're there preparing dinner, or we're sitting with them, and it's a communal
You watch
thing.
TV like you did in the old days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct. Because it was about, even though I'm not comparing sitting at home watching television to coming and watching a Barleyshakes show, there was a communal part of doing it, which we've also lost. People are just on their own screen right up near their face.
Yeah, it's sad, isn't it?
Let alone trying to get them to get out, to go to a gig, to do a jig and move their body.
Yeah.
So I said before, maybe people can't afford. I think people can't afford to not go out,
No, I
And
think
to-
it's important to
They-
connect with people.
Because people are becoming dumber.
aren't they?
And they get
Yeah.
and the dumber they get, the dumber they get.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there might be no turning back for some people in society who are
Yeah.
just sitting their screens. They're on screens all day and work.
Yeah.
And they come home and then they're on screens again.
and I think what would make them smarter, certainly happier, is coming out and watching a live show that you guys put on.
Because they're involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's not just you guys on stage. I've seen you so many times over the years.
Yeah.
I've been coming to this festival. Your show is the audience as well. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
there's so much happening.
Yeah. We definitely love communicating with the audience and making it a whole joint thing.
Yeah.
We're all in this boat together. Let's have a bloody good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just for 45 minutes, let's have the best time of our lives. And maybe it'll be a bit sad at times, because it's
Sure.
good to acknowledge sadness, because, from the depths of
it's vitally
remorse
important.
comes
Yeah,
the opposite,
Yeah.
possibly, with a happy jig, have
And
a
that's
dance.
what was so nice about the small halls. tour because people did just come out because, you know, they'd been to the small halls before and they knew it would be a good show, so they just turned up.
There
And
wasn't a sign of
It's
one
amazing.
person on a screen in any
Yeah.
of those gigs. Not one.
Great.
Yeah,
And everyone's the
not even
happier
saw one.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave your screens.
yeah, and they
Yeah.
mightn't look like they're having a good time, some of them. And they come up to you at the end and go, oh, that was amazing.
I've realised that too about doing live shows.
Yeah.
I've walked off stage because I don't know if you guys like this, but you notice the person, maybe the one person not enjoying it.
Yes.
That's the person
do.
that your eyes, you're like, what do
They're
I
talking
need
to
to
their
do
friends.
to
That's
get
the guy
that
in
guy?
17th row.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I've figured out over the years is that in terms of comedy, people are nervous and they're worried that, one, that you're going to fail because they don't want you to, and then two, that they're not going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they're just very stiff. And I imagine there's probably people,
How about 3? That you might pick them out.
yeah, and then I might pick them out. That's right, which I don't do. You're welcome. But yeah, so people can often be there very stiff, but having the best time
Yeah,
internally.
well, actually, Wendy, our tour manager on the Small Halls tour, said that in some of the towns, like they're quite small towns, it might be a councillor or someone prominent person in the community, and they don't want to be seen as, you know, dancing on their chair or having a
right,
good time
yeah.
because they're, you know, got to.
They're on.
They've
They're
got
out
it.
when they're on. When they're out, they're on.
Yeah.
those
They
people,
got to
Get some whiskey into them and loosen them up.
together.
Have a cup of Alan's tea.
Oh man, I look forward to being at a show in the future and having a cup of Alan's tea with you. And I was thinking that too, you know, the sadness and the being in that moment, and also the jig and the excitement. Those are the two best reasons to have whiskey.
yeah. Brings them
You know,
together, maybe.
celebration or commiseration are the reasons,
That's it.
and there's some other reasons in the middle as well.
Yeah.
Well, what's next for you guys? I suppose your monthly workshops,
Yep.
Just next weekend, yeah.
We'll be back doing that.
and you'll be
soon.
at the festival, I imagine. Can't keep you away.
Can't keep us away. We're also going to the Gympie Muster at the end of August.
Great.
Yeah,
We
that
run
is
a
good
few
one.
bush dances
Yeah.
there.
We do bush dances there, yeah, which we're finding we're getting more and more demand to run bush dances, which has been great because we've been doing them since we started, really. Kristin's a fine dance caller as well as fiddle player. And
So you're doing the old school dance calling,
Yeah,
telling
we
people
did.
the moves,
We
and
did that at the festival. We had the welcome bush dance and the New Year's Eve bush dance, and the
Great.
tent was more than packed.
it was
insane.
people outside couldn't get in. It was incredible.
Really?
How popular it was.
Just call all the simple dances.
I
That's-
thought,
You know,
I thought
nothing
people
too
were going to
hectic.
break arms and legs and lose teeth. It was that many people, but they all danced really well. And it was
that's so
fantastic.
great.
Yeah,
Good
so we
on
got
you.
a bit of that. We're doing that. We've been doing that at the Muster too for a few years because they heard about it because we've been doing it at Woodford for
Yeah.
so long. And I think out of doing it here at this festival at Woodford, we've got a lot of local communities that wanted us to run them
Yeah.
as well because they've seen us doing it. Can you
Yeah.
do it at our hall?
And
For our
schools,
school fundraiser?
schools are starting
That's
to book us
great.
to do bush dances.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, that's
So we've got a lot of
excellent.
them coming up.
and the muster's good. Yeah, so we do a bush dance every day at 1 o'clock, followed swiftly by the line dancing.
Mate, the line dancing, bring it back. I went
It's too
to.
fast.
I've got Queensland cousins. You know, most of my cousins are all from country Queensland, and there was a cousin of mine that was married many years ago, and the entertainment at the wedding was, without any irony whatsoever, was line dancing.
Oh, beautiful.
It was just,
Yeah,
and it was when there was nothing even remotely cool about it.
Okay.
But we were doing it,
Well,
and now I'm like,
That was a good laugh.
I stood in judgment of it then, and I was only about 12 years old, but but now I'm like, oh come on, it's good fun.
Yeah,
It is
yeah. Well,
good.
there was
Dancing's
some.
good fun.
There
isn't
was some guys that turned up at the bush dance, and I don't think they knew what it was. I think they were just a bit early for the line dancing, and they turned up with their cans and they're, you know, wandering into the middle of this circle dance that I was teaching.
And they're matching
and,
pink shirts.
Oh God!
It's
and,
funny.
and they're doing a few of the steps, and I just said to them, I thought maybe they were going to cause a bit of a commotion, but I just said, lads, you're going to have to put those cans down because we're all going to hold hands now. And they looked at me and went, okay. Put their cans down on the side of the stage.
I just
and
want to feel something.
And they joined hands and they did the whole dance and then finished their cans at the end. So
That is so great. That's wonderful. You're fighting the good fight, and I mean that. You guys, you know, it's not clearly. It's not just about being in a band. It's about community building and getting out there and getting.
Yeah, the more we do it, the more
Yeah.
we understand that.
yeah, true.
I think for me, it was just a fluke getting into it. Like first time I played a bush dance, I'm like, "What's this?" You know, and then I'm like, "Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
I'd like to do another one."
it was
of them."
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great because I grew up going to bush dances
Yeah,
out in the country from Brisbane, we'd go out and there'd be bush dances all over the place.
So
It was
we're
just
running one
common.
at Koondoo Mountain Festival, which is a small local festival near Kinkin as well. They want us to do a bush dance there, and then we're going up north, Queensland as well, and then I think we're going to do all the trad schools, and usually about October, November we kind of start planning for this festival, and there's quite a lot of preparation at music camp to get it right, streamline it, make sure it all goes smoothly, isn't it? Because you've got
Course.
5 teachers teaching different things.
Oh,
you gotta
flat
put it all
out.
together. It's a bit,
Seems a hell of a lot
it's
to
a bit dizzy.
logistically
It makes you
get
dizzy
together.
thinking
Yeah,
about
but
it.
you know,
Yeah,
We,
absolutely.
we're used to it.
Yeah.
Well, I am. I'm genuinely very grateful for the time and the opportunity for me to grow a friendship. Fast
lovely.
friends now.
Yeah.
We'll see each
Thank
other
you.
for a whiskey at the
Oh, yeah.
festival.
Yes.
And for anyone who's listening, watching, we'll put all of those that information in the show notes so that if they want to come along to a bush dance or a
Trad school
concert
or
or a trad
music
school or
camp,
any of that,
whatever, yeah.
we'll put it all there.
Great.
In the meantime, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Oh,
Harley.
no
Good on
worries.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
There you go. The Barleyshakes. What a lovely couple. What couple goals they are. They're couple goals. I'm excited to see what they've got coming up. I hope you enjoyed it. It was recorded on Jinnabara country, and the music other than the Barleyshakes is provided by the East Pointers, and this is all produced by the people at Woodfordia Inc. I'm your host, Harley Breen. Hey, if you liked that, share it around. Tell your friends. Get them listening. There's so many other episodes. Okay, bye.